There we go.
Alright.
Run around, run by. Ta-da! Hello, choppers. We're live again here at KublaCon 2019. I'm here with Bernie Lin.
Hello.
Designer of Omicron Protocol. And it's on Kickstarter now. So we're going to go ahead and take a little look at the pieces, how it plays and everything. Talk with Bernie a little bit about it. Whenever you first sent me the prototype for this game, it said that it's an intra-apocalyptic warfare game. What does intra-apocalyptic mean?
That's a good question. We kind of were thinking about when we're creating the game. There are a lot of post-apocalyptic games out there. And we're like, what happens if everything's happening right now and you're kind of stuck in it as a normal citizen of that city or that country, and you're trying to figure out what is going on? Is there anything happening outside of where we are right now? And we also wanted to have a little bit of hope involved. So it's not like the world's gone to crap and there's no hope left, you're just trying to survive. This is like, hey, if we band together, survive this, and get out of here, we might be able to live a normal life again.
Yeah, I mean, like, reverse the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Survive it. Yeah.
So intro just means it's happening right now, it's during the apocalypse.
That's awesome. That's something you don't see in very many games, the concept of it happening with the apocalypse right now. So go ahead and take us through a little bit. I know that the miniatures for this game are awesome. They're beautiful little miniatures and everything. Go ahead and take us through the base concept of the game. I know that there's two different groups that the players play, the survivalists and the peacekeeper, right?
Yes. Yeah. So the basis of the game, it's a small-scale skirmish game. You play generally a full game is with 4 miniatures on each side, and you play against each other. We also have a short version, we call it the lunchtime version. You can just play with 2 of the models against each other, and you can play that as fast as 45 minutes. The full game probably takes about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how fast you play. Ultimately, the game works this way. You activate one of your team, or faction as they call it, at a time. That person goes and does a bunch of stuff, and then the other person activates one of their character, and you alternate until every single character has activated once. This way, there's very little downtime in between the activations. You move yours, and then your opponent gets to do it again. Another thing that makes this game interesting, which is the reason Brendan Kendrick, who is the co-designer of this game, he's currently actually demoing down at the booth right now. He pitched the idea, he's like, hey, there are a lot of these miniature skirmish games out there, you're fighting each other. What if there's a third-party enemy that you have to deal with as well as each other? And that's how this whole idea came about. So these people in the middle are called CYMS, C-Y-M-S, cybernetic sociopaths. You can think of them as cyber zombies, but ultimately the way they work is they're not like your normal zombie tropes, like they're dead, they're decaying and all that, but they are normal citizens that are kind of fading in and out of reality. And when they're out of reality, they are very violent and will attack anyone next to them. The whole mystery of this game, at least the story of the game, is to try to figure out what is going on and how can we fix it, or at least get out of there so they don't kill us.
And you do that by playing through the different scenarios in the game.
Yes, that's a good point. So we have different scenarios. I have 3 of them right now. You can see this online on our Kickstarter, but for example, the antidote, hands-on research, and the airdrop. These are all based on major milestones in the story, which if you go to our website, deadalivegames.com, there's a story section. We currently have 34 stories written, each one about 1,000 words or more. So it's like 34,000 words there. We still have about 30 more thousand words we haven't published yet. And it serializes every Tuesday on our website.
Awesome. Yeah, we're going to make sure we stick a link to the website and the Kickstarter in the comments below after we finish the live video. So if you can't find it on your own, look back here through the comments.
And the final thing about the cyber zombies is most people play Zombicide and all these games where the zombies are just AI. They are affected by noise, but ultimately your opponent gets to control the zombies whenever you make noise. So that's kind of one thing that's really cool about it. It's like you as a player can mess with your opponent by using the Sims.
Yeah, and then your opponent can mess with you also. Depending on what's back and forth. Yeah. No, I know. I was talking with another designer here at KublaCon. Said he'd seen me play the game a little bit, and he's talking about the way that the dice work with combat and everything, and how he really liked how different it was with activating abilities.
Okay.
What do you tell us about that?
Cool. I can tell you a little bit. Let me grab any one of these cards. Okay. I don't know. You probably can't
So we got a couple of our crew walking up while we're recording. Hey, okay. Okay.
You probably can't see the card that well, but if you go online, you can probably see it. Ultimately, on the right side here, the black area, we call it the action store. So most games, it's like a lot of games where you have attack. Attack just means how many dice you roll. You have a number you're trying to hit. So let's just say you're trying to hit 4 or higher. So I rolled 4, 4, 5, 1, 1. These 2 do not hit, these 3 hit. A lot of games, just 3 hits, 3 damage. That's it, you're done. What we wanted to do was to kind of have a very cinematic, multi-action thing every time you make an attack. So on these sides, you'll see damage, which is the blood drops. There's melee and range, and then there's like a bunch of abilities underneath it. There's lots of white numbers under that says that is telling you how many hits is the cost to buy that ability.
Yeah.
So ultimately, you're shopping in a store for damage or abilities using the currency or the coins you got by dice that hit.
Yeah.
So this way, you can sometimes do damage. You can like sidestep a little bit. You can like move another Sims using your ability, all in one attack.
These characters are really nice. The cards are laid out really well with the abilities and everything on there. You don't have the titles and everything right there. The different colors they pop, so you're able to find them instead of like searching. Well, what am I doing over here? What am I doing over there? It's all laid out really nice.
Thanks. Yeah, and then the final thing is on the back of each card is kind of the bio of each character. So one of the things we're really proud of with this game is like we really wanted to build a world where they're very, very colorful and flavorful characters, but their abilities all match kind of who they are in the story also.
Yeah.
So we definitely built that world up. Every team plays completely asymmetrically and very different, but we just try to balance that out, and you can accomplish kind of a scenario objectives in very different ways.
Yeah, it's awesome. Do the characters that are on the card in the game, they correspond with the stories that are online on the website? Awesome. That's great. So yeah, interconnecting, which is wonderful.
I think every single one of them, besides their bio, has another story dedicated to them. So if you go on our website to search their name, like for example, Corporal Karina Bolt Ivanova, if you search Bolt, you should be able to find all the stories of Bolt.
And the Kickstarter comes with all these, I don't know if you can see them on the video too well, all these little terrain pieces that you use to set up the different scenarios on the board. They all come with these. These are pretty. Yeah, I'm not gonna. It's like I would like to try to show on video me snapping it, but it's pretty. They're pretty nice, better than regular cardboard pieces that are good for this kind of game.
Yeah.
I don't know which way that was. Yeah.
And in the end, I mean, obviously, manufacturing will be negotiating with the manufacturer. So depending on how well we do, we could try to find ways to upgrade the terrain also.
Now, I know the minis I have in front of me are the what size are these? 14.
They're 32 millimeter scale.
And they're metal miniatures. This is what's available in the Kickstarter.
So these are metal miniatures, so we definitely come from a miniatures background. The goal was to really not only make a tactically deep miniatures game, but also get some board gamers into miniatures, so accessible miniatures games. We started off making prototypes using metal ones because they're higher detail and you can paint them, as you can see here. In the Kickstarter, the core box set comes with both teams, the Peacemakers and Survivalists, in one-piece plastic. So they will, no assembly needed, no painting needed, and they're ready to play out of the box. But we also will have tiers and add-ons. Actually, we have them currently on the Kickstarter. You can buy the metal models by themselves and just use them for painting and for in the game also.
Awesome, yeah. I know that there's a big group out there that love to paint their miniatures. I don't. I don't have any artistic skill like that. All I do is stick on a mask and record a video. That's all I do. I don't paint my miniatures. They're all plain. People can complain about it. If you want to paint my miniatures for me, let me know. I'll get them to you. So, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about the Kickstarter or about the game?
All right, about the Kickstarter, we launched on Monday, May 20th. It will go on until June 20th. So definitely check it out. I think if you go to our website, it's just right at the top of the header. You can click on it and go there. About the game, I mentioned kind of how long it plays. Definitely. The game is streamlined. Every time we make a design decision, we always go, is this mechanic needed? And that's kind of that whole accessibility aspect of it. To learn the game, it's pretty fast. You could probably learn it in 15 to 20 minutes. But to master it is really hard.
Yeah.
Because it's not complex because this person has 20 different stats and can upgrade their guns in 5 different ways. They all have just one set of stats and one set of abilities. It's the combination of which 4 you pick for your team, which scenario you pick, how many sims and how are they laid out on the board, and how does your opponent mess with you with those sims and how much noise you make. All those together is what makes it tactically deep without being too complicated in each specific character.
Yeah, we should probably just, so you said there are 2 teams of 4, you and another player is 2 of 4. How many of each team come in the base game?
So the base game comes with 2 teams. Each team has 6 players right now. You choose 2 or 4 out of those 6 players for each game. We have an expansion also on the Kickstarter called the Up to No Good expansion. They are the Red Dragons. It's another, they're a gang that kind of took over when the law enforcement left, and they're just consolidating their power. It's led by Lady Rose, so she's like a ruthless leader that's really smart. And she has a lot of abilities on the board that can manipulate the people. Finally, we have the zoo animals. They're kind of a mystery. They become enlightened. They're able to communicate with each other all of a sudden. And they're working with each other. Obviously, all the humans are going, what the heck is going on? They are every playstyle is very different, and all I can say right now is they are brutal. And we're going to probably update and talk about kind of how each faction plays in our updates as this Kickstarter goes on.
So in those animals, is there a wolf?
There's a wolf.
Oh. Not the same thing, but it's okay, I'll forgive you.
There is a bear with a metal claw.
Oh, there we go. Hey, we got bear with a metal claw. We got it. Awesome. So I want to thank you for sitting down with me, Bernie, and showing Omicron Protocol. It's awesome. It's on Kickstarter. We'll definitely make sure we get that link in the description to the Kickstarter and to the website. And yeah, you guys have a Facebook page also, right?
Yes, we have a Facebook page. Just go to Omicron Protocol, or you just go to our group. It's just group/Omicron Protocol. And we currently have about like 1,200 people in there, and you could ask questions, discuss. We post all our updates there.
Awesome. So thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time. I think this is the last live video I'm going to do for today, so I'll make sure I give you one tomorrow on the last day of KublaCon 2019. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for joining
me. So much.